They say every kingdom hides its secrets, but some secrets refuse to stay buried. For centuries, whispers have surrounded a mysterious royal letter, a document rumored to hold truths that could rewrite history itself. Was it a confession, a scandal, or perhaps a revelation that would shake the very foundations of the monarchy? For generations, this story remained locked away in dusty archives and fading memory. But now in the digital age, history is no longer untouchable. With the help of artificial intelligence, digital forensics, and powerful scanning technology, researchers are attempting to uncover what once seemed lost forever. Yet the question remains, can we trust what technology reveals? The same tools that uncover hidden truths can also create convincing illusions. Fact and fabrication walk a razor-thin line. In this journey, we will explore how one hidden letter blurs the boundary between secrecy and discovery, myth and reality, history and technology. As we move deeper into this mystery, the story of the alleged royal letter begins to take shape. For decades, whispers of its existence lingered only in private conversations and speculative journalism. However, it was the rise of digital archival technology that shifted the narrative from rumor to possibility. When national libraries and royal archives began large-scale digitization projects, entire collections of documents, once accessible only to a handful of scholars, suddenly became searchable online. This created opportunities for researchers across the globe to detect anomalies, missing files, altered catalog numbers, or documents that seemed deliberately excluded from public databases. One of the most striking elements in this case is the way metadata analysis plays a role. Every scanned document carries hidden information such as the date it was uploaded, the device used, and sometimes even the chain of edits it underwent. By comparing these digital fingerprints, investigators noticed that a crucial set of royal papers was removed shortly after the Queen's passing. This irregularity fueled speculation: could the missing entry correspond to the secret letter? At the same time, technology is a double-edged sword. While it empowers truth seekers, it also enables advanced information management systems designed to protect sensitive files. Encrypted archives, AI-driven access filters, and secure cloud repositories mean that only those with authorized clearance can retrieve certain records. Thus, what technology exposes on one hand, it conceals on the other. This tension between revelation and restriction has become central to the debate. Are these omissions the result of routine security measures or deliberate attempts to suppress a scandalous truth? The answer remains elusive. But what is certain is that without digital tools, the question of the hidden letter might never have reached public consciousness at all. If the mere existence of the letter sparked curiosity, the question of its content is what truly ignited public intrigue. Early accounts suggested that the letter contained personal confessions, perhaps even revelations about succession disputes or concealed relationships within the royal household. While no complete version of the text has ever been officially released, fragments allegedly leaked online have been studied through both traditional methods and advanced digital techniques. One of the most powerful tools in this investigation is digital handwriting analysis. Using machine learning algorithms, researchers can compare known samples of a monarch's or noble's handwriting with disputed documents. The system analyzes minute details, stroke pressure, angle spacing between letters, and produces a probability score of authenticity. Applied to the suspected fragments of this royal letter, the results showed a striking similarity with authenticated writings of the time, raising the likelihood that the fragments are genuine. Beyond handwriting, natural language processing (NLP) has also been employed to analyze the tone and vocabulary of the leaked text. By comparing sentence structure, word frequency, and stylistic markers with historical letters, NLP models can detect whether the language matches the author's usual patterns or if it appears artificially altered. Interestingly, analysts found subtle inconsistencies. While most of the text aligned with the monarch's typical phrasing, certain passages suggested later modification or even partial forgery. This technological approach has reshaped the narrative. Instead of relying solely on eyewitness accounts or fragile manuscripts, digital forensics provides quantifiable evidence that can either support or challenge historical claims. Yet even with these advances, the letter remains shrouded in ambiguity, authentic enough to fuel belief, but questionable enough to invite doubt. And it is precisely in this tension between truth and uncertainty that the mystery continues to thrive. As soon as whispers of the hidden letter reached the public, the story took on a life of its own. Traditional media outlets cautiously reported on the possibility, but it was the digital landscape that truly amplified the narrative. Social platforms, online forums, and video sharing sites became the modern town square where theories spread rapidly, often outpacing official statements. In this environment, truth and speculation merged, creating a powerful mix that shaped public perception. Technology has played a critical role in this amplification. Algorithms that govern social media platforms are designed to prioritize engagement. Posts containing sensational keywords such as royal scandal, hidden letter, or succession secret were automatically boosted, reaching millions of users within hours. This dynamic demonstrates how algorithmic curation can transform a niche historical debate into a viral global phenomenon. At the same time, digital verification tools emerged as a counterbalance. Fact-checking organizations employed reverse image search to test whether leaked photographs of the letter were authentic or manipulated. Blockchain-based timestamping services were also used to track when certain files first appeared online, helping to distinguish original leaks from fabricated reproductions. These technologies added a layer of accountability, though they did not fully quell the public's fascination. The interplay between hype and verification highlights a paradox of our digital age. While technology can spread misinformation at unprecedented speed, it also equips society with the tools to challenge and analyze it. Yet this constant back and forth only deepened the intrigue. The more fact-checkers tried to clarify, the more conspiracy-minded communities speculated that suppression itself was proof of truth. Thus, the mystery of the letter was no longer confined to palace archives. It had become a global digital spectacle shaped as much by algorithms and analytics as by history itself. As the mystery of the hidden royal letter deepened, another layer of complexity emerged, one that was not about what the letter said, but about whether it should ever be revealed at all. The digital age has given us powerful tools to unearth the past, but it has also forced us to confront difficult ethical questions. Just because technology can reveal a secret, does it mean it always should? On one side of the debate stand those who believe that truth must never be hidden. Historians argue that transparency strengthens society. If the letter contains revelations about royal conduct, political manipulation, or even personal scandals, they believe the public has a right to know. After all, technology such as AI-powered handwriting recognition and optical character recognition, OCR allows us to restore damaged texts and make them accessible worldwide. Through these innovations, history is no longer confined to elites, but open to anyone with curiosity and an internet connection. To supporters of disclosure, this democratization of knowledge is precisely what makes modern technology so valuable. Yet others warn of dangerous consequences. Technology, while powerful, is not infallible. Generative AI and deepfake text production can fabricate convincing documents that blur the line between reality and invention. A forged phrase or altered passage created with tools originally designed for creative writing or translation could mislead entire generations of researchers. Moreover, once misinformation spreads through digital channels, algorithms optimized for engagement may amplify it far beyond correction. Thus, even a single manipulated fragment could distort the historical record in ways impossible to reverse. Beyond authenticity, privacy also becomes an ethical battleground. While royal figures lived public lives, personal letters, especially those never intended for release, touch on dignity and respect. Should technology be used to expose the private emotions, fears, or mistakes of individuals long deceased, simply because the tools exist to do so? Critics argue that the relentless pursuit of every secret risks dehumanizing history, reducing complex lives to sensational headlines. The dilemma reflects a broader truth: technology itself is neutral, but human use of it is not. A high-resolution scanner can preserve fragile manuscripts, yet the same data can be misused to fabricate false narratives. Blockchain-based verification systems can ensure the authenticity of digitized archives, but if such systems are bypassed, trust collapses. Similarly, algorithms designed to detect forgery may one day be outpaced by even more sophisticated forgery techniques. The battle between truth and manipulation is ongoing, with no final victory in sight. What the royal letter ultimately symbolizes, then, is not only the secrets of a dynasty, but also the fragile balance between curiosity, ethics, and responsibility in a digital world. The question is not only whether the letter will ever be fully revealed, but also whether society is prepared to handle the consequences of that revelation. In the end, the greatest mystery may not lie in the letter itself, but in how we choose to wield the technologies that make its discovery possible. As we reach the final chapter of this journey, one truth becomes clear: the story of the royal letter is not only about a hidden document, but about the age we live in. For centuries, history remained locked in libraries, monasteries, and guarded vaults, accessible only to scholars with permission and power. Today, however, technology has reshaped that reality. With the tools at our disposal, the past is no longer distant. It is alive, searchable, and sometimes vulnerable. The technologies we explored — artificial intelligence, digital forensics, blockchain verification, and optical character recognition — have allowed researchers to uncover details once thought lost forever. They can digitally reconstruct burned edges of parchment, enhance faded ink invisible to the naked eye, and even compare handwriting styles across centuries to authenticate authorship. This process, known as computational paleography, has turned what was once guesswork into measurable analysis. In many ways, it feels like giving history a second chance to speak. Yet, as we have seen, with every leap forward comes a shadow. AI can recognize patterns, but it can also fabricate them. Deep learning systems trained to restore damaged texts might also hallucinate information that was never there. Blockchain may secure authenticity, but only if every actor agrees to adopt and maintain it. And while algorithms detect forgeries faster than any human, they also risk being deceived by increasingly sophisticated counter-technologies. What makes this moment in history extraordinary is not just the discovery of old secrets, but the new responsibility that comes with them. We live in a paradoxical age. Never before have we had so much access to truth, yet never before has truth been so fragile. The royal letter, whether real or myth, becomes a symbol of this paradox. It challenges us to ask, how much of history do we truly want to uncover? And once uncovered, who gets to decide how it is remembered? In the end, the answer may not lie in the letter itself, but in us. Technology, as powerful as it is, does not dictate morality. It cannot tell us whether to expose a scandal, preserve a secret, or respect a silence. That choice remains human. What technology does is amplify the stakes, making every revelation louder, every mistake harder to erase, and every piece of evidence more widely accessible than ever before. So as we close this exploration, remember, the boundary between history and technology is not fixed. It shifts with every innovation, every new discovery, and every ethical decision we make. The hidden royal letter may or may not exist in the form we imagine, but its legacy is real. It forces us to confront a timeless question in a modern way: not only what is the truth, but how will we handle it once it is revealed? Because in the digital age, the past is never just the past. It is data, it is power, and above all, it is a story waiting to be told.